But first tonight, we're getting a look at the man now charged with shooting a Philadelphia police officer over the weekend, leaving him fighting for his life. Police say it all started with a traffic stop in North Philadelphia when things escalated. The officer, who we're told is 31 years old, 6 years on the force, was rushed to the hospital by his partner. Meantime, the suspect is now being held on $12.5 million bail.
I've been following the story of the police officer who was shot in Kensington, and if you've been watching the news, this is like the shot you've been seeing where this is the background, and the shooting happened somewhere around here. The guy who shot the cop, you can see the video. He runs in this direction.
Seen by Fox 29 shows the flashing lights of a Philadelphia police SUV just before 7:15 Saturday night on the 3500 block of F Street. It's where police say two officers pulled over 36-year-old Ramon Rodriguez Vasquez. The video shows the PPA tow truck arrive. Police say Rodriguez Vasquez did not have a license, registration, or other paperwork.
And he flees.
The video shows Rodriguez Vasquez pause in the street before running off.
Without any provocation, he turns and he fires 3 shots towards the officers.
A 31-year-old officer, 6-year veteran, was struck behind the ear, police say.
It turns down the side street. I think the footage we see on the news is probably from that camera right there. Look how big it is. There's cameras all over. There's a camera there. There's a lot of car shops, mechanics. They make trash bags here. Look at this. Get your custom trash bag here in Kensington. And speaking of trash bags, the trash bag of a human being went down this street, ran, and they have video of the guy running down the street. There's cameras, you know, in certain houses, and they have footage of the guy running with a gun in his hand. I'm at G in Tioga, and you see there's police tape here in front of this car tag place. There was a shooting last week right outside of a restaurant, or inside of a restaurant. You know, it's not the safest place in the world, but the guy who shot the cop, the reason why he was pulled over is because he was driving with a temporary tag. That's like a real big problem in the city. People drive with these paper tags and they're fake. So people driving with these paper tags, they're not registered vehicles, they don't have insurance, they'll hit you, they'll drive away. There's some more police tape around this business. And so the cops pulled them over, and they were, you know, if you don't have insurance or license or any of that paperwork, they will tow your car. And it seemed like the cops are going to just tow the guy's car, and he wasn't really giving them a problem until they saw a gun in his front seat. And then then the guy started running off foot. This is Schiller Street, and the guy was caught, I think, well, the news van's right here. So the guy who shot the cops, he tried to break into some people's garages. He was seriously, it was like a game of a Grand Theft Auto. It was, he tried to steal a car because he had a gun on him, and the guy with the gun the guy in the car who he tried to carjack drove off. And then eventually he broke into one of the houses on this street, and I think I heard he pistol whipped the guy, and he said, "Listen, you better cooperate with me." Yeah, so eventually the cops got him. Turns out he shot at a cop. The guy who shot the cop shot at a police officer in Puerto Rico 17 years ago. I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't seem right? Like, you should be on permanent house arrest at the very least. Do 17 years of hard time, then, like, you can't go and do anything after that. You can't be trusted. These houses are nice, though. This is like my grandmother, who lived on Willard Street. She had a porch like that. Around the 90s, they started fencing in the porches, like the late 90s. All the porches used to be open. We're about a half a mile from Kensington Ave, or not even. I can see it from the, I can see the L from here. What the hell, am I on G Street? You don't want to walk this street. This street's dangerous. There's a lot of stuff going on down near Allegheny Ave. Yeah, see these people. These people are doing savesies. You move those cones, you move those buckets. Uh-oh. Might get yelled at. You don't want to get yelled at. Yeah, everywhere does it. And I get it, you know. If I had a parking spot in front of my house, I would probably, you know, you don't want to be walking around in a neighborhood where, you know, cops are being shot 2 blocks away from you, right? That's one of the reasons people do it, is they just don't feel safe. Some reasons I think people do it is because other people do it, so they have to do it. Otherwise, there's no parking spaces, so it's just a bunch of people. Who knows? There you go. Cactus. There's a lot. I guess there's a lot of mechanics up and down this block, so there's like a bunch of cars. That's probably another reason why there's no parking spaces. That car's getting pulled over for having temporary tags. I guess that's something that they're starting to really enforce in the neighborhood. All right, you see the wire? You see the caution tape down there? What would you do? I'm not a very good reverse driver, so I'm gonna do this and just pray to God I don't rip anything down. Okay, and that worked. Okay, but we might want to get a roll of duct tape and tape that back up somewhere. Alright. Yeah, so this is around Kensington and Allegheny, and you got the usual stuff happening. The cops come by every so often and they'll just shoot people away. They'll go, alright, you gotta go. Again, if you want to watch, there's a live stream. Just type in Google, in the YouTube search, Kensington live stream, and there's a 24-hour live stream of this intersection. It's filmed in this business right there. Street cleaning crews going up and down the Ave. Right here. And what they do is they have a bunch of guys with leaf blowers, and they just blow. Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. And they have a police patrol, and traffic gets all backed up. They're really keeping up with the cleanup. It really is staying clean. And yeah, Cambria Street, this is where, here's some more people cleaning up right here. Yeah, this is where, this is bad right here, Kensington and Cambria. People pretty much just follow the shade on these hot summer days. We're in the, it says it's 94 in my car right now. It doesn't feel that hot. Uh-oh. That guy spiking whatever appliance that was, he's a scrapper. So what he does is he'll pull apart appliances or just crack them open like an egg, and he takes out like the wiring, and he'll sell that for scrap. Look at all the police in McPherson Square. People call this Needle Park, but it's actually McPherson Square. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 cop cars, and they're telling everybody you can't set up camp here. There's a sign right there. It says no camping. Camping in Philadelphia is actually illegal. That's the library for the neighborhood. So imagine being a kid and having to go to the library and having to walk over, people high and on drugs. And it's very common to see people passed out all over these steps. Right there, that's my grandmom's house. And tomorrow would be her birthday. Want to wish my grandmom a happy birthday. And if you guys only knew how often I drive down this street just to look at that house. The police activity is real. You know, the police activity's been heavy on Kensington Ave, but there's a lot of vehicles out today. And I've been seeing a lot of people get pulled over, which is a rare thing. You usually don't see many people get pulled over. Yeah, if you go down here right off the side streets, it's kind of chaotic. So this is right across the street from my old grade school. Last time I was here, these streets were overpopulated with people doing their thing, their Kensington thing. And this is probably the clearest I've seen Clearfield Street in a while. There's a lot of people over here, and there's some people over here. Yeah. This is 8th Street. There's a lot of people hanging out down there. Look how many egg cartons they have to throw out at J&J restaurant. Holy God.